God, golf's so easy at the driving range compared to the golf course. I play my best golf on the driving range. When I get on the golf course, it goes haywire. Have you ever been in that position before where you have that same ethos, you can't transfer from the range to the golf course? One of the biggest things I see regularly on the golf course compared to the lesson tee is how your body moves in motion. And what I mean by that is we see a lot of golfers who struggle with an inside takeaway, a relatively flat shoulder play, and what I mean by that is if you were to set up to the golf ball as a reference, we see quite a lot of golfers that struggle with the hands going inside the golf ball to target line too early, and what takes place from there is the hands get really jammed behind the body, right elbow gets really stuck behind the right side of my rib cage, my shoulders turn pretty flat, so if you can see there my left shoulder gets quite high quite early, right shoulder is the same angle as the left shoulder. If you're this golfer who gets really flat, the tendency is on the downswing as we change direction, this left shoulder is going to have to drop quite quickly to get the club back to the golf ball, and what happens from there is the shaft gets quite vertical, so in this position that would be quite neutral, that would be a little bit steep, so the club head is predominantly quite vertical above the hands. And then if you struggle with slicing the golf ball, that's kind of one of the contributors towards it, so the club goes really inside, starting off it comes back across in a different angle, so it goes inside then outside, almost in this angle. So if you're that golfer, I want you to think about one thing. Oldest golf drill in history, put this club against your shoulders if you struggle with an inside takeaway. The only thought process I want you to feel like, if you turn your shoulders too flat, the grip end of this club is going to point outside your ball to target line, shoulders are quite level. The next time you're on the golf course or on the driving range, I want you to try and get your left shoulder to work down a little bit more and right shoulder to work up. What you'll see from there is the butt end of this golf club grip end starts to point a little bit more towards the golf ball, and that's going to set the club in a better position on the way back. So don't turn too flat where the club gets really low compared to your shoulders. Try and feel like on the way back, left shoulder goes down, hands go up a little bit more, and on the way down what I want you to feel like you're doing is hands are working a little bit more inside on the way down, as opposed to if they work a little bit outside. In this position, we're going to get really narrow, we're going to struggle with strike. Feel like the club head stays out a little bit more, so when you get in this position, hands are a little bit more in, club head's a little bit more out. Get to the top, left shoulder's working down a little bit more, hands are a little bit higher. What you'll start to see from there is my hands are a little bit higher compared to my shoulders, and then as we come down, work a little bit more down the right hand side of your body. Okay, inside your ball to target line. What we're going to try and do from there is going to try and get the club and my hands to dissect the line or match the line on the ground. That's going to help us create an exaggerated in to out path. Get to the top, left shoulder working down. As we start down, club is going to match the blue cane in this direction, and then you're going to rotate everything towards the target. Left shoulder working down, club matching the cane on the ground. That is the best shot of the year. So if you're struggling with your game at the moment, if you need some assistance, use of winter packages at a slightly discounted rate. If you want to invest in one of those, this is a range from short game packages, putting packages and full swing. Please get in touch, hit the link in the description and we will help you transfer your game in no time.